you feel like you and the offense performed today?
Yeah, not well enough to win. Not well enough to win. We'll go watch the tape. We did some really good things. Some things we can clean up too.
What happened on the calf? At the end, it looked like you were kind of limping on it.
Yeah, it's tweaked it a little bit again. We'll see where it is tomorrow.
Could you have came back out and played?
Yeah, I was going to come back out.
Did you feel like you gained any momentum there? In the second half, you were together some good drives and finished them with scores.
Yeah, we moved the ball well really the whole game. We had, first half we had 3 possessions, and we had a holding call that took us back. When you have one of those, it kind of derails the drive, and then we had a third down that we didn't convert, and then we scored points on the other one. Second half, looking back, we moved it really well. It came down to the turnover in the red zone. When you're playing that team, you can't have that mistake because they're going to run it well. They're going to keep it away from you. They're going to score points. Lamar's a great player. He's going to make plays, so you got to take advantage of all your red zone opportunities, and that was my mistake.
What did you see on that? Just a good play by the safety.
Really good play by him. Good disguise, but I gotta see that.
There's going to be plenty of talk about your cap. There's continued to be talk about your cap to this moment. Do you weigh, obviously it's a really long season, is that something that you're going to have to weigh in instead of just continuing to power through on a week-to-week basis? Do you let yourself think about long-term, or is it just on a week-to-week basis?
We're going to have to wait and see. I'm not sure how it's going to feel the next couple days. It's pretty sore right now, but no telling how it's going to feel, so I think we're going to take it day by day.
How did you tweak it?
It was on the play before the last touchdown.
What changed this week about your chemistry with the team compared to last week?
Well, I don't think anything really changed. Me and T are always on the same page. Last week was you're going to have bad games. That's going to happen in the league, and it's all about how you respond to them. We didn't win the game today, but we built momentum, and we got to build on that.
Since you hurt your calf, I know you've had good days and bad days. Has it felt like it does now on any of those bad days, or is this different?
Again, it's tough to tell. You have some of those days, but it's hard to give you guys an answer on that until the next couple days. We give it a couple nights, couple sleeps, and we'll see. We'll go from there.
Joe, you went through this obviously last year 0-2. What gives you the faith, confidence that this year can be just as good?
Well, we've done it before. Obviously, you don't want to start 0-2. It's not what we were planning on, not what you want to do at all. But we're going to bounce back. That's what we do. That's all there is to it.
Do you see any or feel any difference on the team between this year's 0-2 and last year at this point?
No, I mean, we just didn't play well enough to win either of these games. We got to find ways to make those plays down the stretch to win these kind of games. And it's going to, every time you play an AFC North team, it's going to look like that. You're going to have 7 possessions, so you're going to have to make the most of them.
Do you see any commonalities in the way that y'all started this year and last year's side that maybe for the reason why y'all have been 0-2 the last couple of years right now?
Well, when your quarterback misses camp, it's tough to start fast. It's not an ideal situation.
It looked like over the course of the game you got more comfortable. It looked like the second half was far more efficient than it was in the first half. Did you just try to get a better feel for things, start to feel like normal, like in the middle of the year maybe?
Well, I know the stats in the first half are what everybody looks at, and they weren't great. But like I said, the first 2 possessions, we had that holding call that I'll have to watch the film, see if I think it's holding. I don't know. And then we had the third down that we didn't convert, and then we moved the ball really well on the third possession. So I think we did some good things in that first half too. Obviously the stats weren't great, but second half I thought we were rolling. Like I said, you can't have a red zone turnover against that team, and that was on me.
You came back from that turnover in the next drive. I think you went 3 out of 3. I think you went 4 out of 4 on third down, and you had the touchdown. It seemed like you kind of hit your. Oh, here it is. I mean, that seemed to be the turning point that last time you guys had the ball.
Yeah, I felt pretty comfortable all day. O-line did a great job. Had a ton of time back there. That's a really good defense. They play to their strengths. They got really good players. They got safeties that know how to disguise, so it's always a challenge when you play them.
First play, I think it was early in the third quarter, you jumped to miss a defender and then ran out of the pocket. First time I've really seen that do that. Just It's a simple 5-yard gain. Did it do anything confidence-wise in your calf?
Yeah, that felt great. And then obviously tweaked it again, so we'll just have to reevaluate in the next couple days.
Y'all had not just slow starts, but even going back to 21, y'all had stretches where you'll drop a couple straight games. What's the biggest key to making sure that y'all can bounce back the way y'all need to in order to get to where y'all want to go?
Have great practices. We had a great week of practice last week. We got to build on that. Go back, watch the tape, make the corrections, and then build on that in practice. That's where you get better. So we got to have great practice this week, and we got to have great practices going forward.
Is this the first time you've tweaked the calf, or has this been kind of an ongoing thing that's been frustrating for you?
Whenever you have these kind of things, it's always ongoing. It's always something that you're managing. Like I said, I don't know how I'm going to feel the next couple days. We'll have to wait and see.
Are you concerned that it's going to be something you have to manage all year?
I don't know. It's tough to tell. It's tough to look into the future and see that. I'm doing everything I can to get healthy and get that thing the way I need it to, so I can go out and perform the way I need to win. We'll see.
Last year, you were pretty confident after starting 0-2 that you guys were going to be able to work through some things. How would you describe how you feel right now, knowing that you're 0-2, but you also now are dealing with injury?
Yeah, I'm still confident. I feel really confident in all the guys we have in that room. Like I said, we're going to have to see how that calf feels the next couple of days. I don't know how it's going to feel. We'll see.
Last year, after the 0-2, it was start fast, just start games faster. That was a theme. Do you think that might be a point of emphasis this week as well?
Yeah, I think that's our way to win games. Teams.
I saw it in the camera, so it has to be some kind of patch.
Teams play us differently.
What's undone here?
My man.
Hello.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Last year, fast starts were such a theme. Like after the 0-2 start, you guys wanted to start fast. And that was kind of a point of emphasis.
Yeah.
Will it be that again this year?
Yeah, we always want to start fast. Teams play us soft, keep everything in front. I think we did a good job of taking what they gave us today. But if you start fast, teams think twice about playing that way. So we got to start fast.
Teams cover Jamar any differently, and in the future, do you think it might be more conservative, or should be maybe try to get him more involved early, jet sweeps, bubble screens, things like that, to kind of get him and you in a flow?
Yeah, I think we threw him a couple today. We'll go watch the film and check it out. It's tough to tell from just sitting here and not having watched the tape. We'll go back and reevaluate that. We need to get him involved. He's our best player on offense, so we need to find a way to get him off.
Zach, what did you feel like told the story of the game today?
Turnover battle, 1-0 every time we play them. That's what it comes down to.
Overall, how would you assess the performance?
I thought our guys fought. This is exactly the game we knew we were going to get. They got the ball first. They were leading 17-14 at the half. We were in great shape coming out the second half with the ball, all the things. And then Gino made a great play. I think it was Gino Stone made the pick. It was a great play. Did a good job holding backside and then cheating post-snap and made a great play. And it kind of turns into a 14-point swing there possibly, because then they hit the big play, I think, on the next play. So that's the way it goes when you play these guys. I just told our team this is one of those games you store away and you learn from, so that you win more games down the road because of what we went through here. Field position, turnover battle, all that kind of stuff. But nothing discouraging about how our team played. You want to come out with a win, especially at home in front of our crowd, because we have such a tremendous crowd. But it is what it is, and we're 0-2 right now, and now we get a chance to bounce back on Monday Night Football.
How do you think Burrow looked today?
I thought he looked great. I thought he really was poised. I thought the protection was unbelievable up front. I thought those guys did a great job. He did a good job. They hold their coverages as long as anybody we play against, and I thought he saw it really well and did a good job efficiently leading us.
Like he had the calf, he kind of was on limping. Could he have come back out had y'all gotten the ball back?
That was the plan, yeah.
Zach, what can you guys do to get the offense up in gear earlier in games?
Well, we had a holding call right out the gate. We had a first down on a 2nd 4, holding call, 2nd 14. And then had a great play on the 3rd down. We were just out of bounds. So in sync, I think, is the wrong term there. If you really assess what was going on, I thought we were in good shape. They got us on a 2nd 10. We threw a bubble, and they got us short of got us to 3rd and 10. We couldn't convert there. So I really thought outside of 2 plays on the first 2 drives, And then the next 5 drives we drove down the field, kicked a field goal, scored a touchdown, had an interception, scored a touchdown. And so it felt like we were finding our rhythm there offensively.
Zach, has Burrow's health in any way limited what the offense can do, what you can do as a play caller?
I thought this week we were in great shape.
Defensively, how hard is it to contain Lamar Jackson in that?
Yeah, he's very, very difficult. And then you put on top all the weapons that they have, and they got an elite skill group, elite tight end, great running backs, elite. I mean, it's built to be tough and explosive, and they do a great job.
Higgins had some nice catches. Talk about his comeback.
Yeah, I thought our guys responded really well. Last week is a challenging week for receivers when you play in the rain like that, and things don't go your way, and you're not getting a lot of opportunities. The way that the game got away from us, I thought our guys did a great job this week, just being ready for their number to be called and stepping up when it did. And they do a good job trying to roll up to chase sometimes, and I thought T and TB really stepped up when they needed to and made some big plays for us.
Obviously, you went through the same thing last year. Does that give you faith, belief, hope?
Yeah, the beauty of this team is we know it's a 17-game season, and so there's no overreaction on our end. We got to be prepared for it outside of our locker room, which is natural. But again, we're in a very difficult division. You'd love to have come out of it 2-0. It's a great opportunity. 1-1 would have been, and now we're 0-2. And this is exactly where we were last year. This team, I think, is going to only continue to get better and better with every game that passes. And like I said, when you stumble early, you just got to learn from it. And so many years in the past, we've learned from losses early in the season that have really propelled us in October, November, and December that have helped us win games. And this will be no different. I'm very confident of that.
There's no panic, but how frustrating is it to start 0-2?
Well, it's not what we want. But again, there's a lot of really positive things that happened today. Against a really good football team. And I think we've lost to 2 teams now that are going to be there down the stretch, and we'll get to play them again, just like last year. And, it is important to turn the page because it's always a new team and a new year, but there's a lot of things that we can take from last year that'll help us going forward.
Please do the progress on third down today compared to Cleveland.
It was better than 2 and 15. Yeah.
You credited Stone for the interception. Do you feel like Burrow saw that play?
Yeah, I saw what he saw. Did a good job holding immediately on the snap. Then when Joe's eyes came, he popped over, and it's a good play. It's a veteran safety making a good play, and he got it.
When a team like Baltimore is known for their identity running the ball, when you know that that's going to be what they do, how are you able to evaluate the performance against the run today with 178 rushing yards? Is that to throw the numbers out?
I mean, they got 40-something carries, and they do a good job of leaning on the run game when they need to. They get a 10-point lead there at one point. And then they've got the lead there at the end, and they leaned on the run game, and they did a good job. They got good personnel. You got to honor, obviously, the skill guys on all the plays, and they did a good job around that. And the quarterback is difficult because you got to rush him differently, and so that creates a whole new list of opportunities for them.
How do you feel like Lamar played today?
To my eye, played really good.
I was going to say that with the defense, not a lot of pressure on Lamar. Was that a disappointment, or was that by design?
It's a challenge, because there are pressures there where he's elite with his movement skills, and so some quarterbacks, the pressure would be there and really affect them. And for him, he just skips around it and is able to move on. And you got to rush him differently. You can't, he just does such a good job in the pocket. He's one of the best passers in the league. Combined with his rushing skills, make it difficult.
Another big crowd. The fans responded. What do you want to say to them?
Yeah, just stay patient with us. I know that's hard to say and listen to. They want wins. There's a lot of excitement going into this season. We have a lot of excitement. We still do. It's September 17th, and we plan on this being a long season. And so, again, we'll be excited to make the corrections, put this one behind us, and have as electric of a Monday Night Football crowd as we've ever had here.
Last year, after you started on, you made some big changes. Do you feel the need to evaluate?
I feel like we're in great shape. We got good performances from guys. There'll be things we can correct and adjust, and just continue to move forward.